Tennessee was off last weekend, but watching the SEC action from afar confirmed two things that could dramatically impact the Vols' success the rest of the way this season. Hey, Lucas Panzica here from 104.5 The Zone and A to Z Sports. So, Vols were off last weekend. Tennessee fans, nice and relaxed, had their feet kicked up, watching the SEC action, the college football action across the slate in what was a wild Saturday of college football action. And it confirmed two things, not just in the SEC, but across the country. Number one, nobody is safe on any given Saturday. Survive and advance, for us, was the theme of a lot of last season when Tennessee was escaping with close wins against the likes of Florida at home, right? Surviving against Mississippi State when Nico went out with that concussion. Survive and advance. And honestly, that's the motto across college football. It is a new age where there is not one single dominant team that's just going to run away with the national championship trophy. And Saturday was, again, more evidence of that. How about Nico Iamaleava and the UCLA Bruins knocking off Penn State at home? Look, I know Tennessee fans have enjoyed watching Nico's downfall throughout the course of the season, but this was one of the games of the year in college football. UCLA building a big lead, Nico using his legs, Penn State charging back, but UCLA, after firing their head coach and offensive coordinator, getting the job done, and Penn State proving to us that anybody can get got on any given weekend. UCLA was one of, if not the worst, Power 4 team in all of college football, and they knocked off a Penn State team that many thought to be bona fide national title contenders coming into the year. And then, of course, over to the SEC, where Texas went down to the swamp against a Florida team that once again appeared to be led by a dead man walking in head coach Billy Napier. Texas's offensive issues continued. They fall. DJ Lagway emerges in this game. That Florida defense picked off Arch Manning twice, and Florida wins in the swamp 29-21, dropping Texas all the way out of the AP Top 25. Again, this is something that we already knew, but it's always good to have a reminder because we, as Tennessee fans, look down the stretch at the rest of the schedule. Heck, we do it every week here on A to Z Sports. We evaluate Tennessee's path to the college football playoff. And when you do that, by nature, you start to take some things for granted, right? You go ahead and start to check off some games. Coming up this weekend, Arkansas at home, who just fired their head coach. Okay, check it as a win. Road trip to Kentucky. All of these games that Tennessee will be favored in cannot be taken for granted when you look at what's happening in the rest of college football. And Tennessee almost had a lesson like this itself just the other week, escaping Starkville with an overtime win over Mississippi State. And number two, another thing that was confirmed last weekend, the Southeastern Conference is wide open. And we saw this when Tennessee went down to the wire with Georgia, and Georgia turned around and lost to an Alabama team that looked lifeless in week one against Florida State. Just like we all predicted, we're almost at the halfway point of the season, and it's Ole Miss and Texas A&M that are the two highest ranked teams out of the SEC and currently at the top of the SEC standings. It's early. A lot of teams haven't even played 3 conference games yet, including Tennessee, but the Southeastern Conference is so wide open and there for the taking. So two things can be true. Tennessee has to be on its game each and every week to escape with wins in the Southeastern Conference. And also, Tennessee is absolutely a team that's capable of getting to Atlanta for the first time since 2007 and winning the SEC championship. It all starts for the Vols this coming week when they host Arkansas, a team that is less talented than them, that fired their head coach, and Tennessee most certainly will be favored possibly by multiple scores by the time the game kicks off on Saturday. But any given Saturday is a cliche that is as real as ever in the current college football landscape. Last week was proof of it once again, and Tennessee is going to look to avoid falling victim to it coming up this week against the Razorbacks.